Welcome into another edition of the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com. I'm Tom Leach. Jim Goodman taking the week off. He'll be back next week for the last weekend of the Churchill Downs meet. Today, we're going to take a look at the Pick 4 at Monmouth Park, which includes a couple of graded stakes races. It starts in the 10th race with the Grade 3 Island at 1 mile and a 16th. And I ended up on Diamond King in here. I liked the race over the Monmouth track last time, and I also like the jock upgrade to Jose Ortiz. I think that's significant. And speed's usually very dangerous at Monmouth, and this horse has good speed. Not necessarily has to have the lead speed, but very good positional speed, which should serve him well in this spot. It's not a big field. Bal Harbor down on the inside, worth a look. I thought Monongahela, the 7, had a shot as well, but I like Diamond King a lot in here, and I'm actually going to end up singling him when we get to the Pick 4 just because I want to go deeper in the other races. Next, we'll go to the Grade 1 United Nations, 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf course. It's race 11. A lot of history in this race over the years. It used to be at Atlantic City race course. And we see some familiar names from the Keeneland spring meet that ran in the Elkhorn. I'm going to take Zulu Alpha, who ran well in that race, but then followed it up with a subpar effort at Belmont. But that was his first time at Belmont, his first time with Castellano riding. So today, for this race in the United Nations, they go back to Channing Hill, who's ridden him successfully before. This horse was very consistent prior to that race at Belmont. So hopefully that May 11th subpar effort at Belmont will get us a good price if this horse comes back to form, as I suspect that he will, for Mike Maker, who's done well in this race before. Bigger Picture won the race at Keeneland that I referenced, and he certainly got a big shot in here. I thought Channel Cat ran pretty well last time behind Bricks and Mortar, and if he runs back to that against this group, could be right there. Focus group for Chad Brown certainly merits respect. This doesn't look like quite a Grade 1 caliber field, so don't worry if a horse hasn't had Grade 1 success, because I think this is more like probably a Grade 2 caliber group. But Monarch's Glen, if you want to go deeper, is worth a look for. Bill Mott seems to be improving a little bit, but Zulu Alpha for me in the United Nations. We'll move to race 12 now in the Ladies' Secret. Fillies and Mares 3 and up, going 1 mile and a 16th in there. Breaking Bread is where I landed. There's not a whole lot of speed in here, and this horse has good speed and ran well in his first start over this track. And I just think these connections do well here. I think this one looks tough, but there's a couple of Pletcher trainees in here. Sun Studio, I think, is the one I like next. Almost took that one on top. Albert Obello from the outside, the 8, I would think has a shot as well. I like the 4, the better of the 2, but I'm not going to let the other Pletcher beat me, so I'm going to use them both in the Pick 4. And Pink Sands for Shug has had some nice races, and on her best day would have a shot in here, I would think. But Breaking Bread is the win pick for me. I'm going to use all 4 of those when we get to the Pick 4. The last race is an optional claimer on the turf, and no strong opinion in here. I just kind of went with the mostly strong connections. The 3 Flow Motion for Sabelli and Paco Lopez, the 7 Mission Driver for Navarro, the 4 Spring Up for Jose Delgado, and then the 6 Tree Shaker has 3 wins at Monmouth, so I'm going to include that one as well. But no strong opinion. If you're playing the race, you could box those 4 and be all right, I think. But I'm going to use all 4 of them when we get to the Pick 4, which is where we are. And I'm going to single Diamond King to keep this ticket affordable. It's I don't see it, being a huge payoff, we'll say. So I don't want to overspend on the tickets. I'm going to keep this at a $40 ticket and single Diamond King. I'm going to use all 5 that I mentioned in the United Nations, throw in Monarch's Glen to maybe catch a price on an improving horse, but 5 with 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Then I'm going with 3, 4, 5, 8 in the third leg, using all 4 I mentioned, and then same in the last leg, 3, 4, 6, 7. So that's 1 by 5 by 4 by 4 for a $40 ticket on a 50-cent bet, singling Diamond King. You could double that and maybe throw in Bal Harbor in the first leg if you want, but I just wanted to keep the ticket a little lower because I'm not expecting any kind of mega payoff, and so don't want to spend a boatload of money on a Pick 4 ticket in that situation. Best of luck with your wagers around the country. You got Kofefi coming back off that sensational effort on Preakness weekend at Pimlico. She's running in the stake at Churchill. You've got good racing around the country, so some good opportunities. Keep your Keeneland Select account fully funded. And then next week, Jim will be back, and we'll wrap up the meet at Churchill Downs. And then after that, you've got the big holiday card at Belmont Park, and then Saratoga on the horizon. So fun time to be playing the races. Good luck with your plays on the Saturday cards around the country. From KeenelandSelect.com, this is the In the Money Podcast.